Are you in search of an institution with quality learning facilities and a conducive study environment? An institution where character and academic formation is upheld with morals? One where students are encouraged to enhance their skills and talents? An institution that provides personalities for sound intellectual, e-learning facilities, and character building? An institution with zero tolerance for sexual harassment, exam malpractice, drugs and other vices? A university though owned by the Catholic Church but open to all faith and creed? An institution with sound professors and lecturers? A university in partnership with international universities? Then, Veritas University is the place to be.
There are two skills you don't like this while giving the university: computer certification.
The week-long orientation program for students of Veritas University of Abuja is taking place at the University Chapel here. As we can see, the University Registrar, Dr. Mrs. Stella Okonkwo, is the one addressing them today. Mr. Okonkwo is taking the students through all the programs, all the necessary ways, all the necessary means that will help them to be successful this academic year. There are also other members of staff who are helping to put the students through. We will take you through the entire program, which is a week-long program, orientation program for the students, both returning students and the new students of Veritas University, Abuja. My name is Cyril Ole. Happy viewing. What are the key points of this orientation program for the students?
That they have to go for lectures. They have to go for lectures and be punctual at lectures, because university has a policy that you must make at least 80% attendance for lectures before you are allowed to take an examination. So we encourage them to know that it's a serious business. They have no other business in the university except to study, to go for lectures. So we encourage them. And secondly, we also encourage them to be hardworking, to start early, to study. They should not wait for exam period, when timetable of examination is out, before they can now start studying. They have to start. Even now, the lectures will soon start by next week. They have to start as soon as lectures begin. Be serious with their lectures, serious with their studies, serious with their continuous assessment. And when they do this, you find that there won't be any problem of exam malpractice, because even at the exam, they are even well prepared. So that registry, because I just started the role of registry in their academic careers. Registry is not happy, giving suspension, writing suspension letters to students. And that's why we now come early, now that they are resuming, to tell them the right way to go, so that they can avert this negative aspect of registry function. We're not happy giving suspension. We're not happy suspending, giving any expulsion to any students. So we now tell them the right things to do, the right way to go, so that they can have a successful career in the university. So these are some of the things we have talked to them about this morning. Thank you.
You mentioned 80% attendance in classes.
Yes.
Is this to ensure that students do not sit back in their hostels when they should actually be in the classrooms?
Exactly.
How do we monitor that?
Yes, because we have hostel administrators.
Okay.
We have hostel administrators in every hostel that make sure that as soon as it is 7 o'clock, these children must have got prepared, and every one of them must have left for classes. Even those that don't have early morning lectures, they should be in the library. So the hostel administrators are there to monitor and to ensure that the hostels are locked and make sure that every one of them has left or leaves the hostel in the morning, and they don't sit back to start winding away their time. So it is that monitoring. And even the lecturers in the classroom, because when there are lectures, they have this attendance. They have to make sure they put at, they register at attendance when they come for lectures. Any child that doesn't come, the lecturer calls because they have a platform. They have their numbers. They can call and know what is wrong with that child. Why are you not in class? And then they can follow up. If a child is sick, of course, he should report to the medical center because we have a medical center, and there will be a report that this child is not feeling fine. But if a child is healthy and normal, he should be in the class as early as possible. So there's this monitoring, both at the hostels, by the hostel administrators, and the lecturer himself. So that is the proper monitoring we have in the university to ensure that these students attend their lectures, because their parents have given them to us on trust that we'll be able to take care of them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for talking with us, madam.
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Margaret Akoje is the bursar for Veritas University, Abuja. You're welcome, madam.
Thank you very much.
We saw you talking to the students. We understand this is the orientation program going on. What are the key points that you want the students to take home from your own department?
From my department, being a bursary department, a custodian of money.
Yes, I like that.
Expenditure control. I have to make it clear to the students the area they default so much, and that is the area of how to pay in their money appropriately for us to allocate it to them from our bank statement. Most of the time, some of them, when they pay their fees, they forget to put their name and their matriculation number. And it's only when they do that that the banks will acknowledge it on the bank statement. So when we are collecting, we'll be able to apportion it. But when somebody else was sent to pay that money and he didn't put the name of the student and the matric number, we will have discrepancies. So most of those times, the student, when they check their balance on their e-campus, they will see balance there, and then start crying and say, I paid. If you pay, you don't give us the right information, we don't know that the money is for you. The money will be there quite all right in our account.
But no identification.
No identification. In the same way, people who pay with company name, they will pay with parents' company name, and expect us to collect. We can't collect. The money will be there until you come. So I made it clear to them that if your money has been paid by the company, write a letter to the boss and say, so company paid my school fees. Please allocate it to me, and we'll do it right now. That is one area. Then I have to tell them too, they are supposed to be financial managers of themselves, being in the school. So their parents give them money and they spend, and they need to learn how to manage their funds. And I told them, in doing that, they have to make a budget of the little money they have, so that they will not be spending more than they get. Because the moment you start spending, having the tendency to spend more, means you are taking money from somewhere else that is not legitimate for you, and that is tendency of stealing. Nobody will agree that it's a thief until when he is caught. And because of that, I told them they should be planning their financial activity weekly and monthly basis, so that they will be able to maintain.
This is also part of the formation, yes, for which Veritas University is known.
The Veritas is known for such mentoring. So I told them to do that. And another thing again is that if you are giving money, they should learn to tell their parents, report what you have used your money for, and the need for you to prepare them to give you additional. You should not just pressurize it. Mommy, my money is finished. Daddy, my money is finished. Learn to communicate to them. By the time you communicate with your parents, this is what you gave me, this is what I have spent. they'll be happy to tell you, okay, I'll give you this. But if you don't, it's only when pressure comes that you say it will not be, because another day will come. You become a financial manager of your own.
Exactly.
So you have to start learning from there. Then I went further to tell them that they are professional in their various areas of study. And as such, they should have the focus that one day they will become a practitioner like us that we are chartered accountants. They one day charter in their own profession, so they should look forward to it and start discussing with their parents. Having been in this school, like these people now have 300 and 400 level, by now they should be able to know where they are going, and then encourage their parents to help them and their lecturers to put them through. I told them, we, like the accounting department, anybody that have any need for professional advice, my office is open. You can come and let me advise you. And if you have something that you want to be planning to use for such things, we can help you. Another area is that we don't want much cash business in the school. We don't want, so we are making a plan to see if we can start using coupon to make purchases from these people here, so that they will have limited cash in hand, because cash to them is very tempting most of the time, and we don't want them to form the habit of throwing into other people's cash.
In an era of cashless society, how do the students operate on campus? Are there banks in Veritas University or ATMs or what?
Yeah, we have ATM from Zenith and UBA in Block A that they take their money from.
Okay. Thank you for talking with us. It's been nice talking with the most powerful woman of cash on Veritas. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Reverend Father Dr. Emmanuel Okwara is the Dean, Student Affairs for Veritas University, Abuja. Father, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
What is the orientation program all about?
And the orientation program is a program that gets students acquainted with their environment, especially when they have gone out maybe for so many months, and then when they come back, they need to get themselves acclimatized again in the system. We cannot take it for granted that they know it all. And especially this time that we have COVID-19, they have gone home. Most of them are even emotionally traumatized. And the tendency will be that they have forgotten so many things. So when they come for orientation, it's just like a refresher course, a refresher program for them all.
Okay, so how long will this orientation last for the students?
Well, it depends because we have so many other things. So the orientation is just it's a 2-day orientation.
Okay. Is this orientation for only returning students or new students and returning students alike?
We have both the new students and the returning students.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for talking with us, Father.
God bless you.
May we meet you, sir?
Yes, I'm Mr. Ton, the digital and database librarian, Veritas University, a former acting university librarian. We provide digital library services. We ensure that we manage the VUNA web, which is our university digital repository, which has resources, books, journals, and even the different packages that are meant to, that is like demonstration videos and all those other things. So I handle that responsibility in this university.
Okay, we saw you talking to the students during the orientation program. What was it all about? What did you tell them about the digital library at Veritas University, Abuja?
We told them that we have VUNA web, as a university one-stop page for digital resources in the university. We also told them that the world has moved on to the digital era, so most resources are now remotely. That we are trying to establish the digital resources they need, so that where we have to make purchases what we don't have, we have to provide those services, because the remote service is now part and parcel of the new library delivery system. Again, we told them, look, they have to move before they can move from undergraduates to graduates, they need to study. They need a study plan. And that study plan must have specific deliverables, such as where, when, and what they study. The library does a lot more what they study, because the library enhances the classroom experience by ensuring that what resources they need to get the full picture of their programs are available. I also told them that they can even be more knowledgeable than you, their lecturers.
Yes, it's allowed.
Yes, it's allowed, because if they study more widely than the lecturer, they will go beyond what the lecturer has given. And they will be able to ask critical questions. And you and I know that today the world is looking at people who can ask critical questions.
Yes.
People who can create knowledge. Because right now, since we are not doing face-to-face interactions that much, so that means that you have to be able to access the resources, use the resources, and be able to give yourself a new knowledge base that is quite different from what was there before.
Particularly because of our recent experiences with coronavirus pandemic. And now we are moving into what we call the new normal, where students may not necessarily need to come and sit down in the library, but they can access the library wherever they are, digitally. I think you have a point in what you have told them.
Yes, we think, and we are moving toward digital library services. There's no alternative. Even without COVID, it was already on that trajectory, because basically you have to take the resources to where the users are. You know, in the past, during the print era, you needed physical access before you can have intellectual access. But today, what happens is that you can have access anywhere. There are simultaneous access of the same resources globally. So what we are doing now is do more of licensing these digital resources and make sure that they are deliverable. And they are delivered on multiple platforms. You can have it on your smartphone, you can have it on your
iPad, laptop.
And then we're even trying to encourage them to buy more e-book readers. Buy a Kindle.
Okay.
We're looking at that. Buy a Kindle, because it's more like it. You can download a whole library shelf into one Kindle and travel with it. You don't need a senior special assistant in charge of your books. You understand? So that's basically where we are now, and the world. That's basically the way the world has to be.
Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
So some of them, they have your university admission letter. It should be in your private admissions office. Your JAMB direct entry state, if you're a direct entry student. Your admission letter from your...
We caught up with some of the students of Veritas University, Abuja, during the Students Orientation Program. May we meet you, please?
My name is Ajayi Joy Oluwafemilayo, and I'm from the Mass Communication Department.
And you?
I'm Aaron Senosa Thierry. I'm from the Computer Information and Technology Department.
What of you?
My name is Deborah Oluwatosin. I'm from Mass Com Department.
Okay, now, you were part of the orientation program for students.
Yes, sir.
What's your impression of that orientation program?
The orientation, as we had yesterday, was a very helpful event. It helped us, they educated us on things that we had no idea about, and helped us in how we are about to live our lives in Veritas University to make it good. And also they gave us the rules we were supposed to abide by, so that we won't get into trouble that will lead us either restitution or suspension. So overall, I can say it was a very good one.
Okay, as a student who is studying computer technology,
Sometimes the student is suspended, sometimes the student is rusticated, and so on and so forth. So these are the few units that we have in the registry. Then the next one was the central registry, where the registrar is with all her staff.
Okay, and since we are part of this orientation, are there key points, key takeaway points that you have learned from the orientation program for students? What are these?
Yes, obey the school rules.
Obey the school rule.
Do your course registration, no mistakes.
Okay.
And try your best to do well in school.
Okay, in general, would you recommend, I will ask you, would you recommend that this program be organized annually because of its value, or you don't think there is any need for it?
There's a lot of need for it because we'll be having new intakes soon by January, and it's just they come in, they won't have anything to do. Like they'll be completely blank of how to carry out the registration process, classes, everything. So it's advisable to have this annually for new intakes.
Okay. The registrar addressed the students, and so did the bursar, as well as the digital librarian. Were you happy the way the librarian explained the import of the library? Because I heard him when he said the world is moving away from analog physical books to digital books. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does actually. And he also informed us about the website for the e-books, because I myself I had no idea where the website was. So he also told us the setting of the library, that it's grouped according to our department. So it makes it easier for us to find what we're looking for when we're given an assignment. So yes, he said many things that were very helpful.
Okay, so what will you say to the university, particularly to the Vice Chancellor, who definitely is the head, who is also organizing the entire program here, including the orientation?
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us an opportunity to learn in this environment. And the orientation is very helpful with the corona and an update on corona restrictions that the school is observing. It's very helpful. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for talking with us. You are welcome to the school.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, not be clear. Thank you. That's fine. We'll address that now. Thank you very much. But I hope you people are not using the language to go around in. I hope people are not going to say, oh, okay. All right, thank you. Please, thank you very much.
Come to another week, a very busy week for both the staff and students of Veritas University, Abuja. This is the week of orientation program for the returning students as well as for the new students. This week, senior management officials of the university, from the registrar to the bursar, to the librarian, to the dean students affairs, had their turns to educate the students on how to make their stay in the Veritas University Abuja worthwhile. So it's been nice having you. Thank you for watching us. Do not forget that Veritas University Abuja is affordable, is secure, is sitting on the high serene environment of Buhari Area Council. Veritas University Abuja. Academic excellence, quality formation. Thank you for watching us. My name remains Cyril Ole, your regular anchor. Keep watching us.